A credit card that more Canadians should have in their wallets, earn extra Avion points with investment accounts, and beware of Uber's new preferred pricing strategy. All this and more on Rewards Canada's This Week in Rewards for February 21st, 2025. If you're looking to make the most of your loyalty rewards and credit card programs, you've come to the right place. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, credit card, and travel happenings in Canada from Canada's original points and miles resource, Rewards Canada. Before we start things off, a quick reminder that you'll have links to all the topics in today's video in the description below. I'm your host Patrick, and we'll kick things off with credit cards. This was a very quiet week for credit cards. In fact, there was no news, no new offers, nothing like that. And even on the Rewards Canada website, the only major credit card thing was the update to our review of the Marriott Bonvoy American Express card, which I'll discuss here. Nothing has actually changed on the card, but we updated the review to have more up-to-date examples of the value of the points and the free night awards and things like that you get with the card. Brought those up to date for 2025. It is with this update that I want to bring the card front and center again to the majority of Canadians, as so many people are unaware of the sheer value that this card can provide. It is that value as to why this card is so coveted by the points and miles community, and really more Canadians outside of the points and miles community should have this card in their wallet. I won't go into big detail review. If you like, there's a link below in the description so you can read the entire review of everything that this card offers, what is good about it, what is not so good about it, earn rates, redemption, everything under the sun is in that review. But speaking of reviews in video format, let me know in the comments below if you would like to see more actual video reviews of credit cards, like just a single credit card, single video. If that's something you want to see on the Rewards Canada channel, let us know in the comments below, and maybe that's something I can start doing here as well for our YouTube channel. So let's quickly look at 3 reasons as to why this card should be in a lot of Canadians' wallets. Number 1 is the welcome bonus value. If you don't have this card yet and you sign up for the card, it's offering 50,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. Sometimes it's been higher, as high as 60,000 or even a little higher than that. But for the most part, it hovers around that 50,000, and that still is a great bonus at 50,000 points. To receive the bonus, all you have to do is spend $1,500 on the card in the first 3 months. That's only $500 a month. This is one of the easiest to earn, maybe not as easy as some RBC cards, but next to that, one of the easiest to earn welcome bonuses in the Canadian market. And what is that bonus worth? Well, it can be worth a lot. At a minimum, we value Marriott Bonvoy points at 1 cent Canadian each, so that 50,000 points works out to $500 in value. But that's at a minimum. With Marriott, you can get a lot more value than that. There's been times when I've redeemed for like 1.1, 1.4, 2 cents, 3 cents. And if we take an example of the AC Hotel Ottawa downtown that is opening up this summer, and it's featured in our new hotel openings. Speaking of new hotel openings, if you haven't checked out our latest podcast that was released earlier this week, it covers all the new Hilton, Hyatt, and Marriott hotels opening in Canada. The link will be up here. I'll put the link to the video version of the podcast, or you just check out rewardscanada.ca podcast to listen to that. Anyways, I went off a little bit there. So the AC Hotel Ottawa downtown, it's opening this August, or it should be opening this August. There are several nights where you only have to redeem 18,500 points for that night, and these rooms are running over $500 per night, including all taxes and fees. The exact value works out to 2.91 cents per point. So if you take that 2.91 cents and multiply it by the 50,000 points from the welcome bonus, you have $1,455 in welcome bonus value. That is huge and almost unmatched in the Canadian market, especially for cards of this level where you only pay $120 a year for this card. So that's number 1. That's the huge value in the welcome bonus. The second reason is the everyday base earn rate on this card. Now, I mean base earn rate, so this is non-accelerated rates. You know how cards have accelerators for groceries or for recurring bills, things like that. But all cards have a base earn rate where you only earn like 1 point or whatever, or 1% on spending that is not in those accelerated categories. This card has an excellent base earn rate of 2 Marriott Bonvoy points per dollar. And so if you take that 1 cent per point that I mentioned earlier that we value Marriott Bonvoy points, you're looking at a 2% return on spending. But again, that's at a minimum. If you get 1.4 cents for a redemption, that's 2.8% you're getting back. If we take that Ottawa example again, it's 2.91 cents. So that's a 5.8% return on your everyday spending. Very hard to meet that with any other card in Canada for base earn rates. Accelerated earn rates, sure, but this is a base earn rate. You know, we're comparing apples to oranges here. So it's got that excellent base earn rate. This is the reason why we use this card every day for our base earn spending. When we're not using the Cobalt card for things like dining and that, it's the Marriott Bonvoy card that's being pulled out and earning us 2 points on all that spending. The third reason to get this card is the biggest reason, and this is the one that I think people are not so aware of when they look at this card, and that's the annual free night award. This is highly coveted by those of us in the points and miles community, but you don't have to be in the points and miles community to take advantage of this. This is just such an amazing value. This alone makes it worth it to get this card. What happens is after you've had this card for a year, on your anniversary, you're going to receive a free night award certificate in your Marriott Bonvoy account. And that free night award can be used at any Marriott hotel worldwide that you are able to redeem up to 35,000 points for a free night. So it covers the first 35,000 points. You do have the option to top it off with another 15,000 points to cover a free night of 50,000 points. So a lot of value here in this. And I'll tell you, like this award night certificate can easily get you a free night for $200. It might be, you know, a smaller Marriott hotel in small town Canada, but you could easily get $300, $400, or even $500 or more in value for that one free night certificate. For example, what I've already talked about, the AC Hotel Ottawa downtown, 18,500 points. That falls below the 35,000 point limit for the free night award, and the hotel room's over $500. Huge value for a card that's only $120 per year. There's nothing like getting a hotel room that can cost over $500 for only $120. And there are people who get this Marriott Bonvoy card just for that free night. They're not really spending much on it, but that free night gets them more value, so it's worth it to pay the $120 for it. And don't just take my word for it. Check out this example from David B on our Facebook page, who mentioned he just redeemed for a free night that was worth over $500 as well. It is just those three reasons, in fact, just one, that more Canadians should have this credit card in their arsenal. It simply provides more value than what you pay for it. And there's even more to this card that I even discussed here, which you can find out in the review in the link below. And thank you to everyone who applies for this card through our link. That is how you support Rewards Canada and our mission to bring you the most and the best loyalty and credit card rewards content in Canada, all for free. And that's it for credit cards this week. Before we continue on to loyalty and travel news, if you liked today's video, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel if you don't do so. Hit that notification bell so you're notified when we post new videos. Share the video with friends, family, coworkers, anybody you think can benefit from the topics we cover in our videos, and leave us a comment below, whether it's a question or if a clarification or a correction on something I've said, or just to say hi. We love getting your comments. So that takes us to loyalty, rewards, and travel news. We'll start this section off with a flash redemption offer from Air Canada. So they have launched an Aeroplan award flight sale that provides up to a 25% discount on the number of points required to redeem for Air Canada flights. And like we said, it's a flash offer. It needs to be booked by February 23rd. And I'm recording this on February 21st, so there's only a few days left to get in on this offer. This is why I tell you guys to always be checking the Rewards Canada website and our social media on a daily basis, because this has already been up on the site for almost a week now, and that is your way to get in on the sale sooner, because of course availability gets eaten up the longer you wait to book such things. But anyways, so you still have a couple days left to book this. Like I said, you book it by February 23rd. The discount is valid for travel until September 30th, 2025. However, there are some noteworthy blackout dates, and mostly over the entire summer. I'll put the dates up on the screen here, which you can see right now. This is a great offer to use your Air Canada Aeroplan points to get, I guess, more value for your points. Perhaps you're going to be paying less for flights, but it's actually hard to tell what discount you're getting because Air Canada does not provide any indication of what discount you're receiving on their website, whether it's on the flight results page, on the payment page. It doesn't say, oh, you're receiving 10% off the regular amount for this, the 25% off, you name it. And that's partially due to them having dynamic pricing, but it would be nice to know somehow that you are getting a better deal than a week prior or a week later that you're getting this deal. So perhaps that's something Air Canada IT can work on, and to show you that, yeah, right now this is being discounted by 15%. You should book this now because that's the way it is until February 23rd. I mean, Air France KLM does it. They have little indications that say promo reward when their promo rewards on, so you can see that that is a promo reward fare. So maybe that's something Air Canada can do. And the last thing I'll mention about this is that Aeroplan co-brand credit card holders and elite members should also be receiving their preferred pricing on these flights, because you can only get this discount on Air Canada flights, which includes Air Canada Rouge, Air Canada Express, etc. It's not valid for partner flights. So next up in loyalty rewards, you can get a $300 cash bonus and up to 500,000 Avion rewards points when you open your first eligible RBC Direct Investing account. This is an offer that's available until March 3rd, 2025, and it includes up to 50 commission-free trades to use within 1 year of account opening. So basically, to earn the $300 cash bonus and up to 500,000 Avion points, you must open your first RBC Direct Investing account by March 3rd, transfer a minimum of $15,000 into the account, and make sure you are an Avion Rewards member by April 3rd. So this means getting an Avion or an Ion credit card or one of several other banking products from RBC. The list is on the screen. You can see which products are eligible to get you as an Avion Rewards member. This is not open to Avion Select. You have to be pretty much Avion Premium or Elite members. So when you do this, you're going to be awarded Avion points at a rate of 1 point for every $2 of net transferred assets up to 500,000 points. So basically, you're getting half a point per dollar, and that means if you transfer over $1 million, you're going to get 500,000 Avion Rewards points. Now, I'm not well versed in direct investing platforms. I mean, I do some investing on my own, but I'm not, it's not something I follow that closely or know much about. So I'm not one to speak to whether, RBC's platform is good, bad, in between. But I do know the Points and Miles community are always looking for more ways to earn even more points and doing it at a lowest cost possible. So I mean, this is, I think, potentially a way you could do that. So if you're willing to transfer some funds over and open accounts with RBC, you only have to keep that minimum balance of $15,000 in your account until October 3rd, 2025 to get the cash bonus and the points. So basically, invest with RBC for 6 months, and you should be able to get the points and cash bonus, and then you can go back to your preferred investing platform. And I believe, this is kind of what RBC is trying to do, get you to try it out, and they're hoping that you're gonna like it, that you'll just keep with them, that you'll keep the investments in there. So just something to think about. Of course, like I said, I'm not an expert in the direct investing field. It's more the miles and points, and I'm just letting you guys know that this offer is available to earn extra Avion points. And the next thing is travel news, and this comes to us from Uber. Now, you have to be aware of Uber's new preferred currency pricing that they have implemented that can cost you up to 1.5% more on your Uber rides outside of Canada. So if you are using Uber outside of Canada, you should be aware of this new pricing tactic, because this is automatically being applied to everybody's Uber's accounts. Basically, what they're doing is they're going to charge you in your home currency, so for us, Canadian dollars, and they've set that in your account. So if you're in the US, if you're in the UK, Japan, you name it, using an Uber, they're going to charge you in Canadian dollars, and they're going to charge you a 1.5% fee to do so. And I don't know what their exchange rate is. I'm assuming it's not going to be great. Maybe somebody who's already tested this can tell us what their exchange rate is. But I'm assuming it's kind of like when you go to a store outside of Canada and the point of sale terminal asks you, do you want to be charged in Canadian dollars? You should never do that because the exchange rate is horrible. So we need to see what Uber's exchange rate is going to be. But still, they're going to charge an extra 1.5% on top of that. So like I said, this new feature is being applied automatically to Uber accounts. So if you're unaware of this, you're going to be charged that fee. I mean, the good news though is you can turn this off, but you have to go into your account to do so. And here's how you do that. So the first thing you're going to do when you go into the Uber app is click on the wallet button. Now you're going to scroll down to preferred currency and click on that. And then you should see that your account is set as Canadian dollars as your preferred currency. To turn this off and make sure you are charged in the local currency, click on no preferred currency and hit confirm. And that's it. Now you'll be charged in the local currency when you are using an Uber outside of Canada. This is especially helpful if you have a credit card that charges no foreign transaction fees. And that's it for loyalty and travel news. Now it's time for the Rewards Canada Bonus Blast. This is where we give you a quick run through of some of the notable points and miles bonuses that we've posted to the Rewards Canada website over the past week. We start things off with Stash Hotel Rewards. They are offering 1,000 bonus points for midweek stays, so that's Sunday to Thursdays. One night, could just be one night, but as long as it's Sunday to Thursday, at the Inn at Laurel Point in Victoria, British Columbia. This offer is available until April 30th, 2025. This is one of my favorite hotels in the Victoria area. The Rewards Canada family loves this hotel, so it's great to see a bonus here. And don't forget that Rewards Canada readers, viewers, listeners who are not part of Stash Hotel Rewards yet can receive 1,000 bonus points for joining the program with our exclusive offer with Stash Hotel Rewards. You won't find this from any other Canadian resource. The link will be in the description. And speaking of exclusive offers, be sure to keep an eye out on the Rewards Canada website next week, as we'll have another Rewards Canada exclusive offer coming your way. So next in the bonus blast, in addition to the Aeroplan award flight sale, they are also offering 15% more value when you redeem Aeroplan points for Air Canada vacations packages. This also must be booked by February 23rd. With this offer, this means members will receive the equivalent of 1.15 cents per point, because when you redeem with Air Canada vacations, it's basically 1,000 points to $10. So now you're gonna get $11.50 for every 1,000 points. So a little bit of a boost, a little bit more value. And like I said, this needs to be booked by February 23rd, just like the flash offer for the flight redemptions. And the last bonus we're going to look at this week is a bonus for buying Air France KLM Flying Blue miles. So right now they've returned with a bonus of up to 80%. Some people are only getting 70%, so you're going to have to log in and check your account. But if you do get the 80% bonus offer, that means you're going to be buying points right around 2.75 cents Canadian, maybe 2.8, depending which province you're in, because you have to pay GST, HST, all that stuff on there. So not the greatest, considering that there's times you've been able to buy the points with 100% bonus or even higher, or a 50% discount. So it only makes sense to buy them if you can redeem them for a reward that will get you more value than, I'd say, 2 3/4 cents. So if you're redeeming at 3 cents per point, yeah, this is going to give you a little bit of a discount. This offer is available until March 9th, 2025. If you don't need the miles right now, don't buy them. Wait for the next sale. Chances are it'll be 100% or a 50% discount or something like that. So as we always say in the points and miles community, you should never buy these speculatively. If you kind of have a reward in mind, or you see a reward where you're going to get more value than what it costs, then go ahead and buy the miles and points. And as always, at the end of the bonus blast now, we're going to remind you to check the Rewards Canada bonus offers section before you book any travel, because there are so many bonuses we post every week for hotels, flights, car rentals, you name it. And that's all she wrote for this week. Be sure to check out Rewards Canada at rewardscanada.ca on a daily basis if you can, or our social media, so that you get all the latest offers, news, everything to do with loyalty, travel, and credit cards in Canada. This past week saw quite a few flash offers from like Air Miles, Tap Air Portugal, this Aeroplan one. I mean, there's still a few days here left for it, but the sooner you know about it, the better it is. But if you cannot check our website or our socials on a daily basis, at the very least, you should be subscribing to our newsletter, because we round up everything every Friday in the Rewards Canada newsletter. And then Saturdays is the Rewards Canada bonus bulletin, where we list all the bonus offers we've posted to the site for flights, hotels, car rentals, shopping, everything under the sun in terms of bonuses. It is your gateway to earning more miles, more points, and more rewards. Thank you everybody for tuning in this week. Have yourselves a great weekend. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.